And we are back, I'm assuming. I think we're here. Alright, let's get this one underway. Once again, last match before the long break. We're going to be halfway done. Squid here with Marquette versus Xavier here in the last match of the first part of this double round robin. And we've seen Xavier already a couple of times on the main broadcast. They haven't had much luck. Let's see if their luck can't change here against Marquette.
Well, the last match we also saw Marquette fall 3-1 to the side of DePaul, and DePaul has been unstoppable all day long. DePaul beat Xavier. They also beat Villanova. Well, Villanova also beat the side of Xavier. Xavier, I believe, has not won a match yet today. So they're coming into this one looking for a little bit of firepower, looking to put some propane in the tank to get their drill started. But so far, Marquette, they have what seems to be the better chance here, just going off purely records and teams that they played against, and their record against the teams they played against. But neither here nor there, the side of Xavier looking to get their first win in the double round robin.
Of course, you can always make predictions based off of record, but where's the fun in that? So we've seen bigger upsets before. The first minute is coming on now. It's been rather uneventful. Actually, Xavier does have a couple of shots on the board, and they might get another opportunity here. JFG has to swoop in from the side and pick this one up. Nice 50-50 there. Little bow out to the orange side. Ups in the air, met by Mushu, and beaten down by Satisfied Onion. McWhiff is off to the races with JFG. Can he get the flick over top? He's going to go for the 50 down low. Mushu for the follow, and they will be on the board first. Xavier comes out swinging.
Xavier do come out swinging indeed, and right there you see it is going to be JFG who gets that cleared, but not clear enough. Mushu was able to go ahead and follow that one up. And we continue to see this pattern. Marquette, the last couple games, for whatever reason it may be, they cannot guard the goal within the first minute, 30 seconds of the game. Early game goals are what has been the bane of the Marquette University existence. Xavier Esports capitalized on that early, and they've got a lead.
However, we have seen them with a lead before, so I'm not going to say it's a done deal yet. We've seen them drop the ball a couple of times previously on this broadcast. So nothing is decided yet. A nice save, Satisfied Onion. That was a lot of net to cover, considering how close that shot came from. But he managed to do it. Now Off's going to come back with JFG, make a quick shot just off the mark with two defensive players right there in front. Another shot. This time it will get over to Satisfied Onion. Ops opens up the scorebook for Marquette.
I believe what happened here is I believe Onion was going to go up for the ball, and then he actually backflipped instead of going up to it. Unfortunate kind of stuff, that's happened a lot in Rocket League, and I know I've fallen victim to it as well many times. It happens that no matter what level you're playing at, sometimes you'll just go up for a ball, you'll try to either do a fast aerial or something like that, and then you'll either backflip, side flip, or something like that, but JMG was another one in.
And again, like I said, don't count on Xavier holding on to that lead unless we see something incredible. No touch there from Satisfied Onion, and then it looked like Mushu a little bit quick on the draw trying to jump onto that one, perhaps expected the cross by JFG. Gotta give respect to that cross potential. Unfortunately, was unable to block the close shot. As we're just before the half, and Marquette University now have the lead. Beautiful pass opportunity here. McWhiff can't put that one on target. Mushu has to force with the 50-50. Little bow out into the blue corner this time around. Nito up high. Satisfied Onion going to recenter that one, looking for a shot opportunity, but JFG solidly planted on the back wall to get it away. And Xavier's offense here, rather consistent, but nothing incredibly threatening on target so far.
I'd have to agree 100% with that. Right there. He was going for a shot on target, the side of Xavier, of course. And one of the teammates from Marquette just ran right in front of him, allowed him not to shoot the ball. He didn't care if he got demoed or not. He was making a great play and allowed the ball not to go in, because that would have been a goal if he didn't get that bump. So, nonetheless, I do have to agree though. Xavier, they've been consistent again, as you said, but nothing dominant or flashy, I guess you would say.
And that really is the issue with consistency, right? Because sure, you can be consistently playing offense, but if it's a consistent, non-productive offense, then it's, well, a non-productive offense consistently. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory when you come to think of it that way. But you get the idea. They've got 90 seconds to change that up, though. They, like I said, have been on offense for some time. There's an extra shot. Satisfied Onion trying to push that one forward, but unable to do so. Get an odd touch here. Nito forced into the corner. That one pumps out into center. Onion trying to make a pass over to McWhiff, but it's just an awkward angle for both players. It will be cleared off into the other end. Marquette now up onto the offensive side. Double commit on that ball will not result in a goal more. So that 1 minute buzzer sounds, and Xavier University are going to have to start moving a little bit with a little bit more gusto here to try and put that second goal on the board.
We talked about it in the stream earlier when we saw Xavier play their first match. We were talking about how the Grand Champ players on the side of Xavier were just whiffing. They were just missing balls. And at this level of Rocket League, you can't afford to just miss balls. And that was kind of reminiscent of what Ninja tweeted out about the NFL kickers missing kicks and whatnot, but it's true. When you have an open goal, when you have an ability to play down towards the opposite side and you're missing shots, or you're missing, not even shots, just missing the ball in general, at least you gotta get a touch on the ball. You can't just completely.
And we have seen the Xavier players improve on that front so far this game, although Mushu on the back wall on that recent defense, a little bit flat-footed. A nice touchdown and in here by Satisfied Onion. That might give them a bit of life back in this game, using the bottom side of his car to drop it down. Nicely done.
That was unexpected. That was unexpected. I can completely say that caught me off guard. But either way, Onion putting that one in, making the opposition cry, and now potentially even being able to tie this one up at 3 apiece as JFG does win the kickoff for the side of Marquette.
You know, it's just, oh, a nice pass there, but you always, like, make one punt. It's like you make one punt every series. No
hey,
more
gotta have wordplay. Gotta have wordplay.
No, it's just the weird thing is that usually when people make puns, they make a lot of puns, but it's not you. It's just strange. And Marquette will be able to close out this game. I'll digress from that for a second. Just talking about that 3-2 victory for Marquette, but what is it, McCormill?
You know, I gotta say, there's some players that you can use their names and get a couple of bits of wordplay in there, but like, if you can't consistently say anything about like one, because like not everybody in here has a name that I can work off of with a little bit of wordplay. Like sure, I could say something as an acronym for JFG or something like that, but you know that's just obviously coming to all my imagination and everything, right? What I'm saying is like, if you take a look at it, you're looking at Satisfied Onion. Onion's not making the plays all the time, every time, and I can't make the same Onion jokes every single time, right? I've already made the McWhiff jokes. Right, so it's just hard to kind of work off of the different players' names when there's nothing really to go off of.
This has been a lecture in puns with McCormill. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Looks like the players are having a couple of Discord issues right now, so we're just trying to get that sorted out so that way we can get the best experience for everybody on LAN. Obviously, we don't want to play without one team having comms. You know, it would be a little bit difficult.
Or maybe we can get the Discord settings neato for them.
Okay, alright. You know what? I respect it. I do. Kind of walked into that one, to be perfectly honest.
Well, we're talking about puns.
We're,
now Haunted's going to talk to him. He's got the ops on him. Oh my god. I'm just full of these today, guys. Like and subscribe.
I figured we were going to make a CSGO op joke with his name. Like, he's firing like an op or something like that, but I suppose not. Whatever. My goodness. Anyways, yep, just a little bit, again, if anybody's just getting back from grabbing their popcorn, which you should be doing, if you're not already. We're just having a little bit of a technical break so that way we can get the players' voice chat working. Want to make sure that we get the best for everybody here. But while we're here, McCormill, we're actually going to do some analysis. We're actually going to do our jobs.
All right,
what
good.
In the world was that?
What was that? We're going to do our jobs here, right? I think one of our casters might be dead, folks. I don't know exactly where he went, but he said, "What the hell was that?" And then he just dipped on out. There he is. He's back.
I was trying to figure things out. That was
what was that?
I think. Oh my goodness! I only have conjecture at this point. I am uncertain. All right, looks like we're going to be taking a quick, short break so we can get the players' voice chat running again. So, We'll be right back soon enough. Hopefully I can get my thing sorted out so we don't...
Stop laughing.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right, back in it.
There we go. Finally, it's working again. Beautiful.
Thankfully, the gameplay has been up for us and everyone watching, so you get a nice little hiatus from us talking. I guess if you like that, but we're here. Game number 2, and Xavier have been doing a pretty good job of holding on to this 2-1 lead.
Indeed, they have. One thing I've been noticing is on the side of Marquette, their offensive pushes have been lackluster in the aggression category. They're not playing aggressive at all.
Indeed, they haven't. Shot count relatively even as of right now, but certainly is a sticking point. Trying for a pass out here, but Ops couldn't quite close the gap on that one. So pass off the back wall now. Nito right there. It's going to drop down up high, and JFG can't quite get a beat on that one. It will drop off to the side. 70 seconds now. Marquette still trailed by this 1 goal, but Ops might have a shot opportunity here. Going to tap it towards the net. Double commit on the defensive side. JFG with everything to shoot at. He's going to put that one through every day of the week.
Yeah, you double commit right there, and that's what happens. The mistakes happen. He bumps him out of the way, not able to get back down on his tires to maybe turn around and get a quick save there by jumping up and getting it. But again, like you said, it's unfortunate. Double commits happen, and that's the name of the game. Not enough communication on the side of Xavier, and it cost them. And 2-2 again, and they might actually potentially even lose this one too.
Denver against Satisfied Onion. Let's get to the blue back line. Xavier still have a chance to try and take this one in regulation. Let's get pushed out though. They gotta be careful. Could easily swing the other way. Now this game is tied up. Pushing out the center. Off blocked out by McWiff. Great transition downfield as well. Mushu following that one up, but they can't maintain possession. And this is kind of a common theme that we've seen throughout multiple series today, that Xavier unable to keep possession of the ball when they do end up moving it downfield. Mushu onto the back wall, back in center. Satisfied Onion pass was defender. 10 seconds left, and they lead again.
He just took a knife to the heart of the Marquette squadron right there. A beautiful touch. JFG was coming out to make a play on it. Just barely got it to the right side of that car. Was able to put it through. 3-2 with 10 seconds left. Xavier are in the driver's seat here, but Marquette still has an opportunity and a fighting chance.
10 seconds is plenty of time. Water's clear here from Off. Satisfied Onion on the back wall. Can't control this one very well. Moves back out of the center, off the back wall, but they can't follow it up. Xavier managed to secure game 2. And it does sound like the reason people are having some issues is Discord servers. So hashtag Discord down on Twitter if you like. But
yes, sir. Discord down. A lot of people are saying they're gonna switch over TeamSpeak. I don't know. I love Discord. Discord will always be my home, but I don't know. Just some issues today. We got to work through the kinks. Got to work everything out, but it should be fixed relatively soon. And we got the audio in the game, so it's not like it's hindering us any more than it has been. So either way, folks.
And a 1-1 series now. Along top that, we're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna try and roll with this. So Marquette only barely losing out on that game. A heroic final goal from Xavier. Looks like we do have Ops back, so that's well and good. Ready to move on into our next match here. It's a 1-1 series, as I said moments ago, but I'm really not certain if I'm ready to say that this one's going to go the distance.
I'm not either. I think I know who's going to be my clear-cut winner in this matchup. I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. I'm going to say Marquette's going to win the series. And I'm also going to say that Marquette takes this game, well, not only win the series, they're going to 3-1 the side of Xavier, in my opinion. And I also think they're going to take this match 3-1.
Well, I was going to say a bold prediction, but let's be honest, I would probably agree with you on that front. Xavier has not exactly impressed me today. Like I've said multiple times, they've shown signs of life, and they definitely have a presence that's, you can't ignore. But as far as overall performance goes, it just hasn't quite been there. We are going to have the first offensive opportunity here, though. Off the back wall, Mushu denied by JFG as it'll drop into the blue corner. Across the center, a nice touch from Nito will get it away, and that ends Xavier's offense. Once again, that's basically what we've seen from them every single time.
Yeah, I mean, when I see something from Xavier, I'm impressed, but I'm not shocked at all, if that makes sense, right? Like, that's a beautiful shot there from McWiff, but that's also a double commit that could have went a different way. And that's a good thing, though. Xavier is playing in the mistakes of Marquette, and a great job there by them to bounce that one off that top crossbar. But, you know, the crossbar damage coming in once again. That time it actually went in, though.
And it did feel like Marquette, you know, could have saved that ball at the same time. So I agree with you on that front. But the fact remains, Xavier has that one goal, and they might get a second. That one almost dropped right in. Nick with there for the follow-up, but it goes off the crossbar. Unable to get that one underneath and into the net. A good counter opportunity here. JFG off the back wall gets maybe one too many touches. It gets away from Nito all the way back into the blue half. And Xavier handled this lead all the way into the second minute of gameplay.
If Xavier wanted to score that goal right there just a little bit ago, he needed to get higher above that ball. If he wanted to get that on target, if he wanted to make sure that was not going to just be a little floater, he needed to get above the ball and angle it straight down. But almost a beautiful pass there from Mushu over to his teammate Nick Whiff, but not enough mustard on it to get it right to where it needed to be. I'm in the stage with this Xavier team right now to where I can't tell how good they are. I can't put my finger on it. Because, like you've been saying, they have flashes of greatness. They have moments where I'm looking at that team and going, wow, they are doing some serious business right now. But then other times I'm just sitting there like, scratching my head on some of the plays.
It is an incredibly weird dichotomy for Xavier, but they are maintaining this lead. However, not for long. Nito's going to take that pass off the back wall from JFG and turn it in.
Well, that's more like it. Marquette tying up the game at 1 apiece. Well, we've seen them tie up the game on multiple occasions against multiple opponents after starting out the game relatively slow and not being able to make anything of the first about minute 30 seconds of the game. But now, with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left here inside of game number 3, I can't quite call who's going to take the cake right now.
Absolutely not. Especially not like this close to the middle of the game. It's incredibly difficult. We've seen decent offensive pushes from either side. We'll find out soon enough, hopefully. This one lobbed off to the side. No contact there from Mushu. Ops will take over, looking for a demo as well. Does force the jump out of the defender. It's satisfied Onion. Going to deny the backcourt pass opportunity. So send it downfield as well. Bouncing out of the corner. This is going to favor Xavier, but they don't want to commit. Waiting for the touch, but McWitt unable to make contact. And we touched base on this multiple times. You just got to have that consistency in order to turn that kind of shot into, you know, a dangerous, threatening opportunity. Instead of just say, oh, well, there was a shot chance, but Cliff decided, you know, not going to use it or, you know, dive on it.
I think we just saw the most important play of this game. McWiff came from the backside for Xavier and got a demo onto one of the players on the side of Marquette. And not only did that not allow the shot to go in, that completely threw off the setup that Marquette had on the offensive end. So it took out the player that was about to score the goal, but it also forced the hand of Marquette to have to rotate back and play for the defensive rotation for the very hard charging and storming Xavier offense.
Marquette not to be left out quite yet. Speculative shot towards that easily saved away. With only 70 seconds left, one goal might be the winner here. Silver goal territory, as we like to say. Dropping down towards the front of the net. JFG gets one light touch, and it's all they need. 61 seconds, they lead by 1.
That's unfortunate. You have 3 people from the side of Xavier right there. All 3 of the teammates missed a ball at a separate occasion, and that allowed JFG just to run through them and hit the goal. That is what we're talking about when we say we don't know how how we don't know how Xavier stacks up. Because they have great infield pass plays where they're putting that shot on target, but then they have moments like that, like Onion right there, completely whiffs on that touch, doesn't even get up to hit the ball. I don't know, man.
And then this.
That was a lapse of Marquette. That was a complete lapse of the Marquette defense right here.
This is incredibly confusing.
Actually, that was a great pick by Mushu.
Well, it wasn't a take, but still, JFG is kind of driving under that ball and leaves Ops all alone. And then Ops not moving in to try and defend the goal line instead of staying behind the back post. Interesting choices overall. I think Xavier might have been given a bit of a gift there, but they'll gladly take it. And a fortunate dunk, and that one goes through. What?
I am just blown away by this game right now. These last 3 goals from both of these teams have made me scratch my head on numerous occasions. This is great Rocket League, but it has been sloppy as all can be.
It's like we were getting the great neutral game, right? Where, you know, it's just like, all right, this makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense. And I guess near the goal line, it's like, this no longer makes any sense to me. What is going on here? But that's the way that it goes sometimes. That's just how Rocket League fans out once in a while.
Yeah. It's like when you're playing with a couple IRL friends and like you have 3 people pushed up towards the goal and then off some miracle touch, your friend scores the first goal of his life.
And now Xavier looking for insurance. They will get it. Mushu forcing that one through, but Marquette unable to move out onto the offensive side anyways. In these final 10 seconds was a real killer, and Xavier walked away with this one, which was questionable. This was a rather strange and abnormal game of Rocket League, but they have the series lead now, 2-1 as we move into Game 4. And it's up to Marquette now to force a 5th and final game of this series if they can manage it.
So I was wrong. Not a 3-1 for the side of Marquette. Actually, a 2-1 now is the side of Xavier. So they are finding ways to prove me wrong, and that's also a very good thing. Xavier doesn't have a win yet today. This would be a huge momentum booster for themselves if they can go ahead and find a win here. That's confidence. You need confidence. Again, this technically isn't over in the double round robin. They've still got a lot of matches left to play. Each team has to play 9 matches. This one's not over.
That is a lot of games. And it's nice to have the ability to, you know, have the mental fortitude as time goes on, obviously. We're almost halfway done with this double round robin now. It sure has been a long day of Rocket League, but always nice to see more. Game number 4 on the way, and Xavier with that 4-2 lead at the end of the game. Maybe they do have that confidence to push it forward into a win. We might see some of those key team plays that we really need to see out of them in order to take away an effective win. I do actually believe, if I'm looking at this right, I believe Xavier actually has taken 1 win off of St. John's University.
Oh, really?
So they do already have a win under their belt. This one would actually push them forward to, I want to say 2-2, but I can't be certain on that one. There's a lot of numbers on this stat sheet, so I don't want to spend all the time looking through on that one. Let's just get into this game and find out if they can take hold of the win here in game number 4.
It's gonna be interesting to see. Oh, I thought that was gonna go in right off the rip already. I thought Marquette was about to finally find a goal within the first minute of the game, or first 10 seconds even of the game. That would have been the first time they struck early, but nope, not gonna happen. It's still gonna be the side of Marquette struggling to find anything in early games, and this is where they lose most of their games, and it's because of their early game blunders that they don't have the best, you know, win-loss ratio that they could.
Absolutely. First 30 seconds have come and gone, though, and thankfully they haven't not conceded yet. If you're a Marquette fan, JFG going to tap that one down off to the side. It's going to be a slow follow-up, and they will not manage to keep possession. Satisfied Onion does get taken out, however. Back towards center. For Xavier, Mushu does win out on that one. It's off onto the back wall. No touch by McWhip. No touch by Mushu either. Will be sent out to the midfield line. A quality contest by Satisfied Onion, but it drops down. Again, no Xavier players really contesting that one. Midfield game being kind of left alone, interestingly enough.
I don't know. I really don't. I'm like, because what I'm trying to piece together here is how these teams are trying to play to the offensive side. I can't put a finger on it. They're waiting for mistakes, but when the mistakes come, they're not necessarily capitalizing on them every time. Right there, McWhip was able to. That was just a lapse, again, of that Marquette defense not being able to have the proper rotations for that, not getting up to that ball fast enough.
Either way, Xavier have this lead with about a minute and a half gone. So it's going to be a bit of a battle here for Marquette. Mushu tapping that one safely to the side. Second does potential for some possession right here, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to get the follow. A nice 1-2 pass. Needle skies that one. JFG for the follow-up, and will put that one on target. textbook play for Marquette.
Textbook, I mean, there we go, finally. There's a little bit of a 1-2-3 play right there for the side of Marquette. You got one in the middle, one off that backboard, and of course, JFG high flying, putting it down right into the goal where no one else could get it on the side of Xavier. Great play from the side of Marquette, and that's what we need to see from them if they want to go ahead and force us to a game number 5.
High. Light touch from Satisfied Onion will be dropped off onto the side. About 2 minutes gone here, and Xavier locked in their own corner. It seems like Marquette started to pick up a little bit here in this game before. No touch made on either end there. Nito does take down Satisfied Onion. This could turn into a goal-scoring opportunity off the ceiling, down and in. But oh my goodness, that one gets blasted away. Two Xavier players making a bit of a touch on that ball, and it gets pinched down to the other end. We're going to move back to midfield line, but Marquette quick to return this one into the zone. Ops a shot a little bit wide and high, but it looks like that whip was there, passed down to Mushu, and oh my goodness, barely kept away. Ops is responsible for that defensive play. A lot of back and forth here between these two squads as we have a tie game as we pass the half. JFG. Push downfield off the back wall, but nobody close enough to make a play. Not the best touch there from Ops, and Mipwip will be able to pick up. Into the blue corner. JFG going to try and come around on this one. Trying to make it a 50-50. Drops out in front. Ops off the crossbar and away. You got to turn that one in if you have the opportunity, but they're not done yet. Trying to recenter. It will get sent out. And Ops now in a very odd spot trying to get this one away. Drop off into the corner, and no significant offensive opportunity for the last while for Xavier. It's just been a really kind of a large ping pong match for the past minute or so.
In a way, yeah, it has, and I really think that, again, comes down to missed opportunities. I think we've seen, again, crossbar shots just either being far left or far right, and as I say that, of course, JFG puts that one on target, and Marquette goes up 2-1. This is what Marquette needs. Obviously, as fans and as spectators, we want to see the best game humanly possible, and I'd love to see our first game number 5 on the stream, especially right before we go to break. And with Marquette scoring that goal, that puts us one step closer, but this isn't over. Xavier is going to come back, and they are going to be playing very aggressive these last couple minutes, last couple seconds of this game. We see it every single game. Even if Marquette go ahead and they have a little bit of a blunder when they make the plays and stuff like that, they still are always making very aggressive plays at the end of the games to make sure they can give themselves at least a chance. That's all you can ask, right? Is a chance.
With 1 minute remaining, there still is a chance here for Xavier. That one's going to go high off the back wall. McWiff can't do much with that one, but it's still out in center. Lucy gets a little bit slow, reacts, pops that one up high. Satisfied Onion for the follow, the drop down in towards center, but nobody wants to come in for that for Xavier. And when we're getting this late in the game, that was a golden opportunity. But nobody wanted to go for it. Right there. Satisfied Onion and his teammate both went for that ball. Couldn't slow things down. Final 30 seconds. Still pushing onto the offensive end. Best touch there from JFG. Nito trying to get it away. It continues to move into the center. McWiff to the other side. They tie it up very late. And that was just a continual push. Mushu just kept saying, no, this is going towards center. I don't care.
Like I said, Xavier, when they need it the most, they will play aggressive. They don't care. Whatever it takes is whatever they will do to win. And that is exactly what they do there. 20 seconds left. I don't see either of these two teams scoring within these 20 seconds unless it's a great touch or a beautiful shot or something of the likes of that. I think this one's going to an OT.
Oh, it's a close call. Not much power on that shot there from JFG. Still a very real threat from Marquette. Onto the back wall. Good defense by Satisfied Onion. Last second now off the clock. Feels like Xavier kind of wants this one to just hit the ground. That does seem to be the case. Onion taps it down. OT here. And Marquette absolutely have to score this next goal in order to go to game 5.
Only the second OT we've had.
Oh my goodness, what a save! Satisfied Onion diving in front of that one after it moves up the crossbar. Would you believe it?
Oh, I've never. That is game saving right there. Game changing. That was incredible.
But the game's not over yet. Xavier gonna have to pull out a couple more heroic antics here. Also drop it off in the corner. That one's popped very high. On the back wall, JFG looking for a shot. It's a double commit. This could turn bad quickly, but it looks like Xavier weren't quick enough on the uptake. They'll drop off into the corner. JFG beating out Onion there. That's going to be a very good opportunity for Marquette. They can't control it once again. We're seeing a lot of just back and forth where neither of these teams really wants to commit to trying to take an aggressive possession onto the offensive side.
That comes with long clears as well. When you get these long clears, you get these boom clears, you're not getting anything out of it. All you're doing is just getting it away, allowing your team to reset. And although that's good, that's also not going to be the most beneficial all the time. You're also giving them a chance to kind of reset and be able to take that ball and turn it into an offensive possession. It continues to happen. Again, when that ping pong match happens, that's exactly what's happening, but an open net potentially. Oh my god.
And Onion, he couldn't put that one on target. He knew that Nito was coming in from the side, had to respect that opportunity to make that diving save, and tried to put it as far to the side as he could. Mushu, great backboard defense there. Not going to let that double tap even come close to happening. Satisfied Onion also going to take down JFG for good measure. Tap in towards center. Easy touch away by Off, so challenged rather quickly by Mushu. You can tell that Xavier don't want to let any single offense go to waste.
None of these teams are letting possessions go to waste. When they have them, they're trying to make anything out of them. A 2-minute and 5-second overtime here so far, and in my eyes, we've got a pretty good, pretty long overtime in front of us that we're watching. I think this one could well go into 3-4 minutes.
Good. We've seen some silly plays before, so I wouldn't quite bet on it quite yet. Satisfied Onion a little bit slow to get onto the back wall, but will be able to field it away regardless. Coming out of the corner. Relatively neutral, 50-50, but now two blue players on the attacking third. Satisfied Onion in towards the center. Mushu gets challenged, though. That passing play broken up at the source. Pass defense going to be ever important as time goes on, as these teams look for more and more ways to try and get the ball across the opposing goal line.
As we get more into OT, all these teams are doing are just making sure they don't make mistakes. They're so hell-bent on not making mistakes that they will make mistakes eventually. It's bound to happen. Someone's going to make a mistake, someone's going to make one of these shots, and the ball will go in and force that sudden death type vibe to happen. Of course, the team that makes the first shot wins the game automatically. That's how overtime works. If you guys don't know that, now you do. But again, teams are so worried about making a mistake, they're trying so hard not to make a mistake that it forces mistakes. When you're worried about not doing something, you're more than likely not going to do it. It's the same thing here in Rocket League. In overtime, a touch off the backside.
Gets the double tap! And
Xavier
oh my goodness. What a double tap. And this is why you have to defend the backboard. You cannot leave it open.
Oh my god.
Great speed on that aerial by Satisfied Onion. Secures the series for Xavier.
Can I get some poggers in the chat, folks? Can I get some poggers in the chat? That was absolutely beautiful to take the win. I'm blown away. That was beautiful.
And now, see, this is the great thing, right? Because we saw Marquette almost go toe-to-toe with DePaul. And the thing is that we saw Xavier, they did not look good in the first half of this round robin. But they brought it back. They got those 2 wins that they needed to, stay in it. So right now, there's almost nothing decided at all. Which is, it's obviously very nice. Because we don't really have a clear cut like, okay, well, this is obviously going to be our top 2. It's all going to be pretty close as we move forward.
Well, I agree with that 100%. I think one of the most important things that we need to touch on too before we go to break is that we talked about earlier. Xavier got defeated by DePaul in the regular season, right? 3-0. All those games were close. What happened today when Xavier played against DePaul? All of those games were very relatively close. Maybe one game got out of their hands, but they played well through every game. If you remember, it was at the end of those games to where these guys were making those rotations and being able to just keep piling the shots on them. They were losing the games late in the game. Xavier can go toe-to-toe with DePaul until they get one of those goals, because DePaul, once they hit one of those shots, they are going to have a hot streak going for them, right? So before this is said and done, Xavier has a lot more matches to play. They've got a full head of steam now. They've got another win here against Marquette. Now they're going to be playing against Villanova. And of course, DePaul once again. Those games are going to be mighty interesting to see, especially since these guys are seeming like they're playing as more of a team. But more of the Xavier we were accustomed to seeing before them obviously coming out here today.
Oh, definitely. So, second half of this double round robin gonna be incredibly interesting to see. But we are going to be taking a bit longer of a break this time. We're planning to be back at, I believe, around 3:45. Let the players, rest up, get it out of their system, and come back. Hopefully with some food. Yeah,
water, something like that. But
might be my plan is get a little bit of food during the break.
Oh, I know. I had some pizza before that, so that was good.
Yeah, I know you did because he wouldn't stop. I'm over here like,
it's so good.
Right into my face and all that, but
yes, sir. But when we come back from break, it will be at 3:45. We will have DePaul Esports going up against St. John Esports. We haven't seen St. John on the stream today, so it'll be the first time they play on stream, and they've got 3 other matches coming up on stream after that as well. Of course, against Marquette, Xavier, and Villanova. We will have the rematch of actually not the rematch. We will have the game on stream, Marquette versus Villanova as well. So after the break, don't go anywhere, guys. I want you back here. I want to love you again. I want you to love me again. I want you to love Squid again.
And I think we actually do have Group 1. I think they're going to be starting up before we come back over on EGF official, if I'm not mistaken. So go check that out if you're really hungering for some more Rocket League. And like McCormill said, we'll be back at 3:45, and we hope to see you there.